Using the XLOOKUP function across multiple workbooks is very easy to accomplish with Python's library Openpyxl. You just specify the workbook's name and sheet name of the other document when you are creating the XLOOKUP formula. Here I have two testing documents that contain the same data. The first called document 1 and the second is document 2. You'll notice as well that the tabs are called doc1 sheet 1 and doc2 sheet 1, respectively. Document 1 has a column of numbers in ascending order, and document 2 has those same numbers but in descending order. Document 1 has the corresponding letter of the alphabet in column B, while those letters are missing from document 2. Document 2 has the XLOOKUP formula in row 1 and is correctly collecting letter G from document 1. For this video, I won't go into the details of exactly how to write the formula, as I have covered that in another video. If you are interested in how to implement the XLOOKUP formula, there are a couple of odd things you have to know to implement it. Please click on the link at the top or use the link provided in the description. Looking at this formula, you'll notice something you don't usually see in a standard XLOOKUP. The XLOOKUP arguments lookup array and return array contain doc1 sheet 1, followed by an exclamation point. It also states document1.xlsx, surrounded by square brackets. This portion of the string surrounded by those brackets is the document name, and the part after the close of the bracket is the sheet of that document. This syntax is Excel's way of knowing that the lookup array and return array are located in an entirely different workbook. So let's remove this column now and get rid of the XLOOKUP formula I just displayed so that we are working with a fresh workbook in Python. Here I am bringing in the workbook as WB and I'm selecting the worksheet as WS. You'll notice that I am only bringing in document 2. I don't need to bring document 1 into memory because I will not be writing any code that affects it. I will then be saving the work in the cell below. Here is the cell that applies the XLOOKUP formula to the entire column of document 2. What I must first do is collect the absolute path to document 1. Document 2 needs to know not only the file name, but where that file is on my computer. Despite the fact that the two Excel files are actually right next to each other in the folder, I was having some issues when only passing the document name to the formula. For some reason, it wasn't seeing that the document was right next to it. I was able to correctly find the document when I passed the absolute path of the file in addition to just the name of the document. I am able to collect the absolute path with the abs_path function from the OS library. I'll store my absolute path in the doc location variable. Next, I use a for loop to iterate through a range of numbers. I'll start with the number 1 and use the max row attribute of the worksheet to designate when the for loop should stop. I add 1 to that last number because the range function does not include the second number within the loop. So if I want to loop from 1 to 7, which represents the range of the cells that I have, I must state we need to loop in a range 1 through 8. For more information about using the max row attribute to add data to a worksheet, click the link above or see the link below for a video where I review that specifically. Using the max row attribute ensures that the loop exits once there are no more rows of data. Each iterating variable is called row in our case here. I am selecting each row as they are iterating up one by one, making sure my lookup value is also increasing, so that the row of column B in document 2 matches the lookup value in column A of document 1. The return array and the table array look almost the same as it was displayed in the intro to this video. The only addition to the document name and the sheet is the doc location preceding the file name. You will also notice that I have 2 backslashes. I just need one for the escape character so that I can pass the backslash with the file path to the document. I'll execute this cell now, save the workbook, and open it up to see if we were able to successfully apply the XLOOKUP formula to the column. Given this is a live connection to another workbook, you have to click Update here to make sure Excel is reading the most recently entered values. Let me now expand this application so that you can see the file path up top, and I will start by clicking down each of the values so you can see they are collecting the correct value based upon the other document. You can see the inclusion here as well of the absolute file path that I needed to add to make this work. So it's quite easy. All you have to do is write out the XLOOKUP function, making sure that the lookup value is searching in the right location of the table array and the return array within the separate document. Be sure to add the absolute path to your document as well, in case you are having trouble pointing to files within the same directory as your Excel working workbook. Thank you for stopping by and checking out this video on how to apply the XLOOKUP function across different workbooks using Openpyxl. If you liked it, please do give the video a thumbs up, as it does help other folks find this content. Also, leave a comment below letting me know what you liked, what other features of Openpyxl you'd like to see reviewed, or anything in Python or Excel. And don't forget to hit subscribe so that you know when the next video drops.